The ravages of Hurricane Sandy may top $50 billion, making it one of the costliest storms ever. No single weather event can be blamed solely on global warming, but scientists at places like the Earth System Science Center at the University of Maryland are drawing conclusions about the connections between extreme weather and the warming atmosphere.
Here's an example.
Antonio Busolacci is the center's director.
There's no doubt that the background climate around the world is warming. On top of that warming trend, we're going to have extreme events. And the two are actually conflated together.
Busolacci says there's no way to slap a price tag on climate change. This summer, a record-breaking drought ravaged the Midwest, destroying crops and boosting food prices.
It's estimated that about half of our growth in GDP this past year, half of it is going to be lost from the drought.
Stunning as they are, those costs pale in comparison with the havoc rising sea levels could wreak on U.S. cities in the future. Scientists say if a storm the size of Hurricane Sandy were to hit Washington, this entire area, the heart of the nation's capital, would be underwater. And yet, efforts to enact a national climate policy remain stagnant. In President Barack Obama's first term, efforts to set a cap on carbon emissions and require companies to pay for emissions over their allowed limit failed to get through Congress. The administration has cut emissions with higher energy efficiency standards for vehicles and appliances. But in his first post-re-election press conference, Obama said more progress won't be easy.
There's no doubt that for us to take on climate change in a serious way would involve making some tough political choices. If the message is somehow we're going to ignore jobs and growth simply to address climate change, I don't think anybody's going to go for that.
The science, economics, and politics of global warming are complicated, but one conclusion is simple. If we just keep doing what we are doing now, it's likely only going to get worse. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Washington.